Ryan here with Mike, and today we're talking about retirement income planning. At a certain point in your life, you go from accumulation phase to distribution phase, and how do you make that shift? Well, we're here today to discuss a little bit of key pointers and things you should be thinking about as you make that transition.
I think one of the key points is to figure out where you're going to get some of that income from. Is it coming from Social Security, retirement accounts, your investment accounts, pensions, cash reserves, maybe a part-time job? All these areas do matter, and coordinating them all to make sure they're optimized, I think, is the most important thing in retirement planning.
Absolutely. Income planning is much different than savings, right? Saving money and spending money require different strategies at the end of the day. The questions become how much income is needed, how much flexibility exists, how should withdrawals be structured, and ultimately retirement planning becomes focused and sustainable in the future.
One of the questions that we get all the time is, how do you produce the income that I need? And I think it's important approach to take, balancing the income and the growth of your investments. You don't want to just have everything that's all income producing. You want to have some growth in there because you're going to need to combat inflation risk. You don't want to combat being concentration risk in one market area. So having that balanced approach, I think, really matters, especially when you're in retirement.
Absolutely. The concentration risk is something we're hearing a lot of clients talk about these days and question us on. It's a great point. The next thing to be thinking about here, and it's always eye-opening when we do our retirement projections to people who are coming up on retirement, healthcare expenses. Those numbers tend to be a big piece of the overall income stream. And so planning accordingly around your healthcare expenses, knowing that if you have unexpected events where you need to withdraw funds or take from your cash savings is very important, particularly as you're going into that fixed income.
The good news is people are living longer. The bad news is it's more expensive. Retirement plans need to be designed for decades, not just a few years. We don't know what the end game is going to be, but we always want to make sure we're protecting against longevity risk, where you're combating inflation, healthcare, which Mike just mentioned, and some of your changing needs over time. I would say overall, though, retirement income planning is about creating a strategy. It's not simply about taking your withdrawals and having multiple income sources, making sure they're all working together. That's all really important. And I would say retirement isn't just about the amount that you have saved. It's about how those savings are going to be spent over time.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next month.